and girls. It's Diego with my beautiful wife, Karina from beautiful Venezuela. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to your YouTube channel, the place to be to get all this free information on how to process a K1 visa, a green card, a tourist visa, and a spousal visa, CR1, IR1. I've got 9 years experience doing this. I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't work for USCIS. I don't give you any legal advice, but I give you the best advice. I give you 9 years of experience in successfully processing K1 visas and getting families reunited. Like the young lady who we just helped get her 11-year-old daughter, her K2 visa. Right here on this channel, we saved her $4,000 or $5,000 in immigration fees. But anyway, this channel is for you. Karina's idea, she came up with the idea when we were in Villa de Leyva, Colombia. We were in Colombia and we were walking around this very historic town in central Colombia. And Karina said, why don't you put together an immigration channel, visa channel, help people get their visas? You know how to do this. I said, okay, that's a great idea. And Larry Piercy is the first person on board on the station. Welcome, Larry Piercy. Jay Baxter and ML, Jay Baxter, good evening to the Ross family. Jay Baxter, what's going on? Chris and ML, yes, Diego, I'm still alive. Well, we know that you're in Rio de Janeiro, right? Aren't you in Brazil? Beautiful Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. And Easy E, good afternoon, Easy E. I like that name, Easy E. Man, that's like relaja. That's muy bien. I like that. So what questions do you have? Chris and Emil. I'm in Mississippi. So you made it to Mississippi. So what? Is it a big difference in Mississippi compared to being in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil? There's a big difference, right? It's a lot hotter probably in Mississippi. You got to watch out for alligators. So Mississippi's got lots of swamps and lots of alligators. I don't know about osses, bears, but probably them too. Larry Piercy, I understand Thailand is slow on police reports, 20 to 25 days. Okay. Well, if they're slow on police reports, then you need to get on top of it and get the police report for your beneficiary or your beneficiary. She needs to be getting that police report from Bangkok police. Chris and Emil, I never went. I was working a lot. That's okay. No worries. You're good. Jay Baxter, well, that's a long time for a police report. Do you know how long they are valid for? The State Department, the U.S. State Department says that police certificates are good for 2 years, no matter what is on the expiration date. The State Department says they're good for 2 years. Denise Jefferson, hello, Diego and Karina. What's going on? Denise and Kenneth here. Well, you guys are going to get a Mountain Dew salute just because Kenneth is with you. It's good to have him jump on with you guys. Mountain Dew salute for Denise and Kenneth. Kenneth, welcome to the United States of America. Welcome to Utah. Welcome. Easy E, my wife is Ethiopian. We love our friends in Ethiopia. I just filed my I-130 2 months ago. Went to Texas Service Center. I hope the process is not too long. Well, an I-130 is a spousal visa. So I'm looking at probably 12 to 13 months, okay? Then it all depends on the political stability of Ethiopia in 12 or 13 months from now. Everything depends on the political stability of the country. All right. Right now, there's a problem in Papua New Guinea. There's a massive landslide, killed 2,000 people because of the rain. All right. That's horrible. So if you're in Papua New Guinea, hopefully you guys were not in that landslide. I hope not. Larry Piercy sent the little boss to Bangkok today. Okay. Why did you send her to Bangkok? Larry, what's the mission? For the police certificate, right? That's what I'm thinking. Francois Livingston, good evening. Diego and Karina, happy Memorial Day. We're going to say, well, I thank you for that, okay? Today's Memorial Day in the United States of America. Now, if you're a beneficiary, you're living overseas, you're in a beautiful country somewhere in the world, in the United States of America, we celebrate Memorial Day. What we do is we don't really celebrate it. What we do is we pay homage to those military veterans that gave their lives so we can be free. Okay? People, Americans, and also green card holders joined the military. They got hurt, they got killed, they died, something happened to them, keeping us free in America. And today we pay homage to them and we remember them. Okay. Veterans Day is when we celebrate veterans who are here, who are alive, like Larry Piercy. Okay. Like myself, I'm a Navy veteran. Josias from Argentina. Josias, hi Diego, hope that you are doing well. I got some questions today. Josias Pazelli, you're in Argentina. Okay, I'm gonna give your president a Mountain Dew salute. Number one, president of Argentina. He saved your country from massive inflation. Your country was at what, 30% inflation? Now the president of Argentina has reduced inflation down to what, 8% by his actions. Okay, Jose, okay, I'm ready for your questions. Larry Piercy, reports are slow. Correct. I don't know about how fast it takes to get a police report in Bangkok, Thailand. I know you got to have one. I know it's kind of a different process if you live in Hong Kong. If you live in Hong Kong, you got to go through a different process, and the Hong Kong Police Department will mail the police certificate to the embassy. They don't give it to the beneficiary. Hong Kong I think is the only country in the world which is now under communist control of China, right? The communist Chinese control China, Hong Kong, so they made the process a lot difficult. Rosenberth Morningstar, hi Diego, how is your case going? We're good. The case is good. The green card's in process. Karina should get a work permit tomorrow. And it will be. I'll give you the total processing time for Karina's work permit was 2.7 months, so close to 3 months to get her work permit. I got the message from the post office that it went from Kentucky to Tennessee. From Tennessee, it went to Mobile, Alabama, and now Karina's work permit is in a postal truck driving here to this town in the Panhandle of Florida. It's probably already here, but today's a holiday, so tomorrow Karina will get her work permit. And guess what we're going to do? When Karina has her work permit, we're going to go back to the Social Security Administration downtown, and we're going to update Karina's status to legal permanent resident. Easy E, you're right. The political uncertainty always drags things, but I was just there and far so good, at least in the capital. So you were in Ethiopia. So what's the capital of Ethiopia? Is that Addis Ababa or is that a different country? I can't remember. But everything's good in Ethiopia. So everything, you're going to get this done and you're going to be good. You'll bring your wife to America. No problem. Josias Pacelli, I will get married in Utah. Well, we can get married wherever you want, as long as it's in America on a K1. And I just saw your video where you say that people in Utah got to have a social security number to get married. Glad you watched the video. That's the truth. So my question is, how much time is it going to take me to get my social security number? So when I apply, a week to 10 days. You get to America, you land in America, your K1 visa goes away. Now you're on an I-94. You wait for the I-94 to get generated. You print the I-94. It takes about a week, say 5-6 days. Go online, print your I-94, get your passport, go to the Social Security Administration office in Utah where you live, and apply for your Social Security card. Then it will take about 7 to 10 days. You'll have your Social Security card. Chris and Emil, I'll fly at Houston. Chris and Emil, okay, here's the deal. I'm thinking about doing this. Book the Philippines to October 8th on the way, one way only. Then purchase the tickets to go back to the USA on October 14th. That's a good plan. That's what I did. I flew one way to Bogota, Colombia, October 31st, 2023. I had no idea how long this visa processing was going to finish up. I know it was going to be 3 months or less. I bought a one-way ticket to Bogota. The American Airlines lady gave me a hard time. She said, "What? You only got a one-way ticket. You know you got to have a return ticket in Colombia. The Colombian immigration requires a return ticket." So I pulled out my cartera, I pulled out my wallet, I showed her my Colombian visa that had expired, but she didn't look at it. I said, "Here's my Colombian visa. I got permission to live in Colombia." but it had expired like what, months before. And she goes, oh, okay, you got a visa. I said, yeah. She goes, okay. So I got on the plane, flew to Bogota, Colombian immigration. No, I've been living in Colombia 2.5 years. They knew my visa had expired. So they didn't even waste their time with stupid, irrelevant questions. They said, hi, Diego, welcome back to Colombia. Stamped my visa in my passport, gave me 90 days. Be careful buying a one-way ticket to the Philippines. They may require a return ticket or a continuing flight somewhere else. You may have to buy a ticket from the Philippines onto like Singapore. And then when you get to the Philippines, cancel the continuing flight. And then just hang out in the Philippines with your prometida and wait till you get her K1 visa and a passport. Josias Pazelli, can I apply and start the process of Social Security number before I go to the USA? No, you can't do that. You got to have a Form I-94 and a passport. You got to have Form I-94 and your passport and your K1 visa in the passport. The Social Security Administration need the I-94. You can't get squat without the I-94. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, when you land in America, print 5 copies of your I-94. Carry one around with you in your purse or your wallet. Carry one around with you. Okay, that's your legal entry into America while you're waiting for your green card. Okay, so Josias, you get to America, you wait a couple of days, you get your I-94, go to the Social Security office and apply for your Social Security number, and it takes about a week to 10 days. Boom! Karina did the same thing. That's exactly what she did. And then when she gets her work permit tomorrow, we're going to go back to the Social Security Administration and we're going to update her status to legal permanent resident. Josias, Mountain Dew salute for you, Diego. I'm excited to try Mountain Dew. You can't get Mountain Dew in South America, in Colombia especially, because we don't have that soda here, and I heard it is pretty good. Okay, Josias, I'm going to give you a Mountain Dew salute. When I was in Colombia, Karina's got 5 brothers. She got 5 brothers, right? And she sent all her brothers on a mission to find Mountain Dew for me. They went all over Bogota. They must have went to every single supermercado and sent in looking for Mountain Dew. And they came back and they all reported back to Karina and they said, there's no Mountain Dew in Colombia. So I had to go without Mountain Dew for 2.5 freaking years. But that's all good. Josias, when you get to America, get some Mountain Dew. Give it a try. Tell me what you think. Francois Livingston, my fiance got his Abu Dhabi police report Saturday on the same day he requested it. He sent to me plus his new passport. All you need to do, Francois, is make a copy. He needs the original police report. Francois, listen, your fiance needs the original police report. Okay? He has to have the original. You don't need the police report for the green card application. Karina's Venezuelan police report, her Colombian police report, I don't even know where it is. It's somewhere in the filing cabinet somewhere. But we didn't need it for the green card application. But good job, Francois. You're getting on top of things. Good job. I'm proud of you. Chris and Emil, that way it will give her more time to go through security checkpoint interview for port of entry. You watched my video on port of entry then, right, Chris and Emma? Francois, the whole certificate is in English except for a few words. Doesn't need to be translated, Francois. If it's in English, it's good. If it's just a few words that need translating, I don't know. That's a good point. The whole certificate is in English except a few words. What are those words that are in a foreign language? What are those words? And Addis Ababa. I was right. Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. Okay, I got it. Kinza, that's Easy E. Easy E, man. That's like Easy E. I like that name. Kinza Zhang, do we receive a notice in the mail when they receive the adjustment of status application? Yes, you do. You get a Form I-797. It's like your NOA-1 letter from the beginning, all over again. Remember when you filed the K1 visa, you got your NOA-1 letter? When you file for the green card, you're going to get a new NOA-1 letter. This is for the green card in the mail. So when you open it carefully like this. You're going to open it like this so you don't tear it, okay, like I did. Well, the NOA-1 letter. Francois, now tomorrow he is traveling an hour to the Moroccan embassy to inquire how to obtain a Moroccan police certificate. Got to do it. Got to do it. Denise, Diego, we got our social security card after we got married. No problem. But in Utah, the government of Utah, the Utah legislator said you got to have a social security number before you can get married. That's not me. That's the legislator. That's the legislation of the government of Utah. But if you got it without it, more good on you. Josias, Diego, to get a social security number would be 7 to 10 business days. Business days is correct. Also, another question. Could I get married without having a social security number? Yes, you can. But it depends on what state you live in. What state do you live in? Where do you live? Where are you going to be? Josias, I can't remember where you're going to be living. I read that maybe you can, but I don't know. Where do you live? In America. Where are you going to be putting down your roots? Chris and Emma, I'll have both tickets with me. I'll show them that is a separate ticket holder. Okay, that's okay. But remember, if you buy a one-way ticket to the Philippines, when you land in Manila, they're going to be looking for a continuing flight or a return flight. Okay? When I went into the checkout, when I went into the check-in line with American Airlines to fly to Bogota one way, the lady said, "You got to have a return ticket." I said, "Lady, I got a freaking schedule. I can live in Colombia." Chris and Emma, look at that. Mountain Dew salute for Chris and Emma in Mississippi. Thanks for all the help needed. I'll call United Airlines to help me with this booking so it won't be messed up. Cheers for Mountain Dew. Chris and Emma. There you go. I just saved you a massive headache. A massive headache. Josias, I will be living in Utah, but my question is, in Utah, you got to have a social security number before you can get married. That's according to the government of Utah, the state-ran government. The government of Utah says you got to have a social security number before you can get married. If you want to double check me, I recommend you double check me, okay? Please double check me. Go ahead onto the marriage license certificate. Google marriage license Utah. And then you can read the directions in there. It will tell you what you got to have to get a marriage license. And in Utah, you got to have a social security number, according to the government of Utah. And if, like Denise said, she didn't. Oh, that's great. That's less stress. Josias, if I have my I-94 in my passport, but not like the photocopy from the website, can I apply for the social security number equally? You can try. You can try. You're talking about the little card that the Border Patrol officer takes a little card. He writes in your I-94 number on the card and he staples it into your passport. That's a legal I-94. But you got to have the printed version from the computer for the green card. As far as getting your social security number, it will probably be sufficient. I don't see why not. Can I apply? Yeah, even though I don't have the copy of the I-94, do I need to have the I-94 as a photocopy? Why don't you try it? Go down to the Social Security office with your I-94 in your passport. If they do that, if they did for Karina, when Karina landed in Miami, they wrote out an I-94 for her on a piece of card and they stapled it into her passport. But we printed the copy, the official copy off the computer from the Border Patrol website. That's what we used for the green card application. Okay, and we use that for the Social Security application, the Social Security number application. But you can give it a try, Josias. There's nothing to stop you. All you can do is try, right? Greg Lamping, hi Diego and Karina. Thank you for your dedication to the community, to this community. Anytime. Hey, we're here for you guys. Con mucho gusto. Karina said, con mucho gusto. It's no problem. We're here for you. We're going to pull you over the finish line. We're going to get you your K-1 visa. We're going to get you your green card. Okay? If you listen to me, if you watch the videos, if you pay heed, if you pay attention, you're going to get through this with minimal stress and without paying an immigration attorney thousands and thousands of freaking dollars. Josias, I will try Mountain Dew as soon as I can. And I will say Mountain Dew salute for Argentina and the USA. There you go. But remember, Josias, listen, you're going to be relocating to America to live as a permanent resident. So that means the United States is going to be your first country. Argentina is going to be your second country. So you're going to give a Mountain Dew salute to America, and then you're going to give a Mountain Dew salute to Argentina. And here's a Mountain Dew salute to Argentina. Argentina, Patagonia, right? Patagonia, beautiful country. Josias, I just looked out for a work permit video. I looked out, but I don't think you made one. Diego, it would be amazing, and I would be grateful if you do one explaining everything about how to fill it out. Yeah, I think I did one on a, what did I do? I did the one on the work permit. I know I did one on the affidavit of support. I tell you what, I'll make a brand new video for Josias on how to fill out the paperwork for a work permit. Just for you, Josias, because you got a fantastic president in Argentina. How about that? Kinza Zane, I never received it though. What didn't you get? What didn't you receive, Kinza Zane? Let me see. Greg Lamping, we checked out the box for immigration to apply for my wife's. So we checked the box for immigration to apply for my wife's Social Security card. We have not heard from them in over a month. Can we get the card on our own despite having checked the box? No, you can't get 2 Social Security cards. So let me ask you this, Greg. Has immigration, when you mailed in the green card application, did immigration open the box and send you a text message saying they received your green card application? Did they send you an I-797 letter saying they received your green card application? Tell me that first, and then I'll give you a better answer to the question. Okay, Greg? Denise Jefferson, my guess is that if you have your marriage certificate, you do not need your I-94 in Utah. Well, I don't like to guess, okay? Because the I-94 is proof of legal residency in proof of legal entry into the United States. You can sneak into the United States across the Mexican border, and you can go marry an American citizen. What does that tell you? You got a marriage certificate, but do you have an I-94? No, you got no proof of legal entry into America. If you are a foreign national, you got to have an I-94. So I'm pretty sure the government, the state legislature of Utah isn't going to let you marry somebody without an I-94 if they're a foreign national. Okay? I'm pretty sure because that's what it says in their rule book. I read it. I don't make a video without first doing my research. First I learn, then I make the video, and then I make it easy for you guys. I take it from PhD level down to 12th grade level, so we can all understand this immigration craziness. Let me see here, Denise. Let me see, Denise. You do not need your I-94 in Utah. We went armed with a marriage certificate and the passport and received the Social Security card in 7 days. Well, you lucked out, Denise, because that is basically in violation of the state legislature of Utah. But I mean, maybe the federal government is now doing whatever the hell they want to do. I mean, look who's in the whatever. The federal government doesn't follow the Constitution. They don't follow the rules of the state. The Constitution of America says the federal government's got to follow the state rules. And the state rules in Utah says you got to have a Social Security number before you can get married. You got to show it. Who knows? I don't know. Who knows? Kinza Saint, it's been 2 weeks. They received it, but we never got notice in the mail. Okay, I gotcha. And let me see. Chris and Emil, thank you for that that's a super chat, right? Let me see here. That's your 5th one, Chris and Emil. You guys are getting keeping Karina in Hardy's big breakfast. Josias, I will be living in Utah, but my question is because I know I need a Social Security number, but I don't know if it is totally mandatory to have it to get married. I understand that it is, but it's just a doubt. Okay, Josias, here's what you're going to do. You're going to land in America. You're going to get your I-94 and your passport, okay? And you're going to go to the Social Security Administration in Utah, wherever it is you live, as per the Utah State Legislature rules. You're going to apply for your Social Security number. You're going to get it in about a week, and then you can get married. Let me see here. Larry Piercy, border. Border. Border what? Carlos, after watching your videos, I submitted my application for the K1 visa last week. I received the NOA1 letter. Me and my prometida are excited. I'm flying next month to see her in Medellin. So Carlos, you're gonna fly to El Dorado in Bogota first. Then you're gonna get a layover in Bogota. Then you're gonna fly to the city of Eternal Spring, Primavera Eternidad, Medellin. Karina went on vacation to Medellin, right? In Pasado. She went there on vacation. She had a great time. Medellin, the climate was like 80 degrees all year round. It's 80 degrees, 79, 80, 81 degrees all year round. I mean, you can't beat the weather in Medellin, but the traffic sucks. Tráfico es muchísimo. There's a lot of traffic in Medellin. But I'm glad you watched the videos, Carlos, and I'm glad I saved you $4,000 from paying somebody to process your K1 visa. I'm glad you got this done by watching the videos. Andrew Bryan, how are things going on with you, Diego? We're good, man. We're like good. We're just waiting for November to get here. We're waiting for the elections to get here. We want the elections to get here. We're sick and tired of hearing all this political stuff on TV. Let's get on with something different. Heather Graham, I'm at a loss. Well, let's fix it. Need to submit my I-134 form. You mean you need to submit your I-130? You don't submit it anywhere. On a K1 visa, you print it, you fill it out, you print it, and you give it to your beneficiary in his home country. I had to look through the directions, but can't find them where I need to submit the forms. Our application has made it to the embassy in Oman. You don't submit your I-134 anywhere. You have to mail it. You have to send it to DHL or UPS or FedEx to your beneficiary in Oman. You don't submit it. You don't upload it. The I-134, you go to USCIS.gov/forms. You find I-134. You're on your computer. You fill it out and you print it. Whatever you cannot fill out, you use a black ink pen and you fill in the spots that you can't fill in on the computer. And then you sign it and date it, and then you send it to your beneficiary in FedEx, DHL, or UPS. You need to get that I-134 to Oman like tomorrow. Overnight it to your beneficiary. He's going to need it for the interview at the embassy. Okay? Heather, tell me you understand what I just said. You don't upload it anywhere. You're going to be spending the next 6 months looking for a place to upload the I-134. There's nowhere to upload it. There's no place on here, okay? In a K1 visa, you have to fill it out, and you have to, I filled out the I-134 on here for Karina on this computer right here, printed it right here. I signed it and dated it. I put it in my financial files, and I got on a plane. I flew to Bogota, and I said, here, Karina, here's my I-134, the original. You can do it that way too. You can get on a plane and fly to Oman and bring it to him with your tax returns, your W-2s, your tax transcripts, your bank statements, your pay stubs, a letter from your boss saying where you work, how much money you make, etc. Okay? For Heather, quit looking for a place to upload the I-134. It doesn't exist. Francois, the whole certificate is in English. Okay. On the left side of the document, it says United Arab Emirates Ministry of Interior. On the right side, same thing in Arabic. Francois, you're good. You don't need to translate it. Don't waste your time. Save your money. I just saved you another $24, Francois. You don't need to translate that document. Okay. On the bottom of the certificate, it has a seal in half English and half in Arabic. Okay. Well, that's great. You're good. You don't have to translate that form. Okay, you're good. Kinzazang, adjustment of status letter to notify that they received it. So Kinzazang, you submitted your green card application, and that FedEx didn't tell you they received it. UPS didn't tell you they received it. DHL, did you get a notification from FedEx, UPS, DHL that immigration signed for your package? Because if you got notification from FedEx, DHL, UPS that the immigration folks signed for your package, for your green card application, it's sitting on a shelf at the in Chicago or in Arizona or in Elgin, Illinois. I don't know where you sent it, but it's one of 3 places. It's sitting on a shelf. They haven't opened it yet. Josias, first of all, as always, you are the best, Diego, a good person and amazing help. Josias, you're going to love it in Utah. Now, Denise, she said it was boring. Okay? So I don't know. But I believe Denise, when she says it's boring, then I guess it's boring. But I'm going to take Karina and we're going to go on a trip to Utah. I want to show her. She wants to see America. All right? So we're going to look around Utah. Probably in November. I don't know. You know, October, November, somewhere in there. It's this year. Look, we got a super chat. Let me see here. Francois, look at you, Francois. A super chat from Francois. Eternal gratitude for everything. Francois, I just saved you a big ton of money. You don't have to translate that police certificate, okay? It's good, but make sure your future husband takes it, the original one, to the embassy interview. And he needs to get proactive and get that police certificate from Morocco, from the embassy in Morocco. And my chair's squeaking. Karina's like, she's hitting me. She's like, I guess the chair is squeaking. I got to put some oil on it. Let me see. Andrew Bryant, it is 4 to 6 months still to receive the green card. Yes, it is. Josias Pazelli, Diego, to get my social security number, do I have to fill some form? No. Or does it go through the process? Like, what do I do to fill out the USA? When you get to America, first let's get you in America. First get to America. All right? Get in America. Then next thing you're going to do is you're going to get your I-94. That's the next thing you're going to get. Then you're going to get your passport, your I-94, and your K-1 visa. It's all together. You're going to go to the Social Security office, and then they're going to say, okay, Osiris, welcome to America. Fill out this form. So you're going to sit down. You're going to sit down, and you're going to fill out the paperwork for your Social Security card. Then you're going to give it back to the lady or gentleman. She is going to take your I-94, the one you make a copy of. She's going to take it. So you need more than one copy. You need to make 5 copies of your I-94. One for the green card application, one for the Social Security office, one for your pocket to carry around, one for when you readjust your status. When you get your green card, well, then I guess you don't need the I-94. When you get your green card, then you're good to go. So Josias, when you get to America, let's get you to America first, okay? And then I'll walk you through the process, okay? Greg Lamping, we have not yet received our I-797 letter. Did you receive a text message from immigration saying they received your green card package? Francois Livingston, so you think it needs to be translated? No, it doesn't need to be translated, Francois. He had the Interior Ministry send it to me. I've already sent it to him. Doesn't need to be translated. You're good. Francois, don't waste your money on it, translating that document. It's perfectly good. Josias, yes, I read through the Utah marriage license yesterday, and you are totally right, Diego. There's a Mountain Dew salute for Josias. I don't like to say I'm right all the time, but I'm right all the time when it comes to green cards and immigration. Francois, okay, Francois. Mountain Dew salute number 1. Eternal gratitude for everything. Mountain Dew salute, mi amor, arriba. Mountain Dew salute number 2. YouTube only lets me do $9.99 at a time. I'm sorry, Francois, but you're good. And then Estelle, arriba, mi amor. Estelle Lemogoom, look at that. Wow, super chat from Estelle Lemogoom. Thank you, Estelle. Estelle, you're going to get added to the executive producers list. When I make the next video on how to fill out a work permit, at the end I want to give everybody a recognition for their super chats, okay? And you'll get added to that list of folks who support this channel. Let me see here. So Osiris, yes, I read the Utah marriage license yesterday. You are totally right, Diego. I read everything. Always, as you said, we are really similar at that. Investigate everything. You check but verify. What did President Reagan say? You know, yeah, we trust the Russians, but we're going to verify what they say. When the Russians say this, we're going to verify it, but we trust them, right? Kins is saying they want a fingerprint from the U.S. I was notified in the mail. Who needs fingerprints from the U.S.? What do you mean, Kins is saying? You were notified in the mail. Are you talking about biometrics? You got to go to biometrics. That Karina had her biometrics in New Orleans. We went to New Orleans. We went from Florida to Alabama to Mississippi to Louisiana, spent the weekend in New Orleans, and we got Karina her biometrics. And we went to the Hard Rock Cafe. We were going to eat a steak in the Hard Rock Cafe because we ate steaks at the Hard Rock Cafe in Bogota. We ate steaks in the Hard Rock Cafe in Bogota, Colombia. It was like, for 2 steak dinners, it was like about $9, $10 total. For 2 big steak dinners and 2 Cokes. I didn't say Mountain Dew. I thought there's no Mountain Dew in Colombia. And 2 Cokes. We went to the Hard Rock Cafe in Bogota, in New Orleans. It's like $60 to $70 for 2 little tiny steak dinners. I said, Karina, we ain't going to eat here. I'm not going to spend $70 on a freaking steak. But buy whatever souvenirs you want. So she bought herself a sombrero. She got a agora. She got a agora with the Hard Rock Cafe New Orleans. And she did good. She got a magnet for the fridge. But I'm not spending that kind of money on a freaking steak. When we could go buy it in Walmart for what? Cheaper. Chris and Emil, sorry video froze for the ads. Yeah, I don't control that. I'm sorry, guys. Easy E to Francois. Stop worrying. Your certificate is just fine the way it is because I had both the English and the Arabic on it. My marriage certificate had both English and Arabic on it, and I was accepted. Easy E. Ethiopia. Larry Pearson, your channel is cutting me out. That message was sent 3 times. It's not my channel. It's your channel. And YouTube controls it. Shiku, Diego, how can I get a social security number? I will explain it to you. When you get to America, you need to print an I-94 for you and an I-94 for your daughter. You go to the Social Security office with your passport, your K-1 visa, and the I-94 and apply for your social security number. Or now, which state do you live in? Shiku, where are you going to live? Because I'll have an easier way for you to do this. You just got to tell me what state you're going to live in. Shiku, tell me what state you're going to live in. Francois, I got a question about the NOA2 letter. It states that the petition has been approved and forwarded to the listed consulate, but there's nothing listed. It's not going to list it. The consulate it went to is where? UAE, right? It's Francois. Quit reading that stuff. You're giving yourself a headache. Chris and Emil, do you enjoy the steakhouse, Larry, with Diego? Yeah, we had great steaks, Larry. We appreciate Larry. Larry bought Karina and I a nice steak at Texas Roadhouse, and I went over his paperwork for his K-1 visa, financial documents. And next thing he's going to be doing is going to be processing his green card for helping his beneficiary from Thailand with the green card. Let's see here. Shiku, Diego, flying tomorrow. You said I should join the U.S. citizen line of entry because I'm not a citizen. Is it a problem? Shiku, when you get to America, you got a K-1 visa and your passport. Go to the U.S. citizenship line. You're good. Osias, Pazzelli, Heather Graham, thanks so much. Helpful. So helpful, Heather. No problem, Heather. We're glad we're here to help you. Osias, Diego, I'm trying to fill out some forms from here before I go to the USA. Where would you recommend me to start? Okay, Osias, don't fill out anything. Nothing. Your sponsor fills out the I-485. Correction. You, Osias, fill out the form I-485. Your sponsor fills out the I-864. You fill out the work permit. When you get to America, that's when you start the process, not in Argentina. What if the I-480, what if the form I-485, what if the addition changes? What if you fill it all out in Argentina, you get to America, and then they change the addition date? That form's no good. You got to put it in the shredder. When you get to America, that's when you start the green card application, not in Argentina. You got it? Chico, get into the U.S. citizenship line when you land. You will be just fine because you have a K1 visa and your passport. Okay? Larry Piercy, yes, C and E. Heather Graham, I completely let all Eloy understand. Okay, good. Josias, what I mean is to get started with the adjustment of status package. Whatever I can do from Argentina. You do nothing from Argentina. In Argentina, here's what you're going to do in Argentina. You're going to go eat some great Argentinian beefsteak. You're going to go eat the best French fries you can find. You're going to go get a Coke because you can't get Mountain Dew. You're going to put your feet up and you're going to relax and you're going to wait for your plane ride to the United States. You're going to pack your suitcase and then unpack it and then pack it and unpack it. Get it packed and get it nicely organized so it's all pretty, so everything's good. Okay? Get all your documents together. Do not put your K1 visa package in with your checked baggage. You carry it on the plane with you. You land in America. You get your I-94. You relax. You print the I-94. You get your social security number, and then you start working on your green card application. And I will help you. Okay? But you don't do anything in Argentina. You just chill out, man. Go eat some Argentinian steaks. We were in Villa de Leyva, and we were supposed to go eat in an Argentinian restaurant. We were in Villa de Leyva for a week. It's central. Villa de Leyva is in central Colombia. It's very historical. And I said, and Karina said, okay, well, let's go eat. Today we're going to eat Mexican food. And we ate the best burritos on the planet in Villa de Leyva, the burritos. They were delicious. And then we said, okay, tomorrow is going to be Argentinian food. But then we said, okay, now we'll go the next day. No, we'll go the next day. And then we kept saying, and then eventually we had to go back to Bogota. And we never ate there. So anyway, we know Argentinian food is good. Josias, when you get to America, that's when you start your green card application. All right, you got it? Larry Piercy, I-94. You get the I-94, you print it off the computer. Once your prometida arrives in America, give it 2 or 3 days, give it at least 4 days, and then you can print it. Heather Graham, I fill out and mail it to my love in Oman. Tomorrow, Heather, you got to fill out the I-134, and you got to send it DHL, FedEx, or UPS tomorrow. It's going to cost some money, but you got to get it to them. Paya, India. Hi, Diego. I have an appointment tomorrow for the DMV for a temporary driver's license. For the DMV, all they require is the I-94 and the passport and take a 50-question written exam. We are still pending. Any thoughts? Well, it's only going to be, your driver's license is only going to be good for however long the I-94 is, which is 90 days. So you're going to get a driver's license that's good for 90 days. What's the point of that? Wait till you get your green card, then you're going to get a driver's license that's good for a long time. Your driver's license, if you get one with a work permit, okay, or with an I-94, if you can do that, I don't know what state. In Florida, you cannot get a driver's license without a green card. You can't get it. So if they issue you one with a I-94, your driver's license is only going to be good for 90 days. What's the point of that? Don't waste your time. Wait till you get your green card, okay? Francois, thank you. And Francois, thank you again for those super chats, Francois. Man, we appreciate you. We really do. And it's a warm day here in Florida. And my thoughts on that, Paya, India, is wait till you get your green card. And Estelle Lemagum, another Mountain Dew salute. Thank you for that, Estelle, for that super chat. Diego, you missed my question. No, I didn't. CQ. When you get to America, get your I-94, get your passport, in your K1 visa, go to the Social Security office and apply for your Social Security card. Ajali, hey, Ajali. Good evening, Diego and Karina. I am here. Hey, I'm emailed the National Visa Center, so I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting. Right. You send an inquiry to the National Visa Center. That will extend your NOA2 letter. That extends your NOA 2 letter. Print that email so you have proof of communication with immigration. So that if they come back and say, you didn't communicate with us. Yes, I did. Here's the email. You got it? Print a copy of that email, Ajali. Denise Jefferson, Karina, time in Utah is equivalent to taking a sleeping pill in the afternoon. Tiempo in Utah is muy aburrido. It's like medicamento para dormir. Let me see. However, if you come, you are awake to viaje Utah to no sueño. Myself and Kenneth will take you and Diego to dinner. Oh, then it won't be boring. Then you can sleep after dinner. Then tu dormir final cena. Karina's learning English pretty good, Denise. She understood what you said. She's watching YouTube videos, movies, and she watches it in English, and then the subtitles in English. So she's learning English words. She's doing great. And Denise, we would love to have dinner with you guys, okay? And celebrate Kenneth and your marriage. Salib Hertu, I sent an inquiry to the National Visa Center and Embassy in Juarez, Ciudad, about the interview. That will extend our NOA 2 letter, correct, Diego? That's correct. Man, you guys are learning a lot of stuff today. And I look short because I grabbed this button here on this chair and I shrank. The chair went down like this. I'm like, man, what's going on with my chair? And Karina said when she goes to work, she's going to buy me a new chair. It keeps sinking. I don't know. That's all. It's 10 years old. Caleb, you are correct. Your NOA 2 letter will be extended automatically. Chris and Emma, she is smiling for big thanks for the support. Chris and Emma, we're here for you. Osias, I'm going in 2 weeks to America. We know. That's why I'm trying to know everything about and how to go through everything. I'm always really prepared with all that I have to do. You're a great Argentinian, soon to become an American, Osias. You're going to be a welcome asset to the United States of America, a constitutional republic. Remember, we're a republic, not a democracy. Don't listen to all those politicians telling you this is a democracy. We ain't a democracy. If the United States was a democracy, we wouldn't have an electoral college, and California and New York would be controlling the country. We're a constitutional republic. That's what you got to learn. You got to learn about our country. While you're waiting to come to America in 2 weeks, Osias, instead of worrying about immigration and that's all you got to worry about right now, okay, is getting to America and start studying up on our country. Read the Federalist Papers. Read the Constitution. Read up on your rights. Because when you become a green card holder, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as a green card holder, you are entitled to the same constitutional rights as American citizens. Let me see. Shiku, Diego, you missed my question. I explained it. Shiku, if you want to get your social security number for you and your daughter, you got to get the I-94. You got to get your passport and your K-1 visa, and you go to the Social Security office and apply for it. KJB, hey Diego, is it common to wait for a passport return for almost 2 weeks after visa interview and approval? Depends on the country. What country? It could be. It could take 2 to 3 weeks. It all depends on the country you're in. Larry Piercy will not let me on the channel. What won't let you on the channel? You just wrote something on the channel. You wrote, Larry, you just wrote, will not let me on the channel. So you're on the channel. Estelle Lemagoon. Hi, Diego. I checked my case online for I-129F. It says the notice of intent was mailed. It looks like notice of intent of denial. Estelle, what do you mean notice of intent of denial? I checked my status online for I-129F. It says the notice of intent was in the mail. It looks like an NOID, a notice of intent of denial. That's what that means, NOID. So are you qualified for the K-1 visa? Did you qualify? Did you make enough money? Are you a U.S. citizen? Did you meet face-to-face? Did you meet each other face-to-face in person within 2 years before you filed for the visa? Did you put lots of pictures and evidence of your relationship? Did you prove your relationship to your fiance? And when you bail out an I-129F, okay, when you send a K-1 visa application, if you don't qualify for the benefit, you're going to get an NOID. So what you got to do is you got to wait and see what it is. What is the NOID? They're going to tell you why. Okay? So as soon as I know the reason, I will help you overcome the problem if I can. So I don't know. You checked your case status online and it says notice of intent was, it looks like NOID. Wait till you get the letter. It could be just your NOA2 letter. Excuse me, correction. It could be just your NOA1 letter. Larry Piercy, Border Patrol site for I-94. Yeah, I've made a video, Larry. If you Google Diego Ross I-94, it will take you to the videos I've made on how to check your I-94 immigration status. But it applies to foreign nationals. It doesn't apply to U.S. citizens. The I-94 doesn't apply to U.S. citizens. Okay? I could sit here all day trying to check my immigration status, entering and leaving Bogota on the I-94 website. My name's not going to show up because it's for foreign nationals. Josias, Diego, I also have a question that I always wondered. Where was I born, in Florida or another state? I was born wherever my mom happened to be. Okay? Where my mama was at that time, I was born. That's where I was born. But I wasn't born in Florida. Okay? But that's the answer to that question. Francois Livingston, Diego, my fiance had the Interior Ministry send me the certificate directly, so I'm going to send it back to him. You think it's okay? Do I need to ask him to request a paper certificate? No, you don't need it. Francois, only your beneficiary needs it, okay? And you don't need it. You're good. You don't need it for the green card application. He needs it for the visa interview. So you can just chill out, Francois. Put your legs up on the desk and relax. Thank you, Easy E. It's been nothing but one bump after another in the journey, so I'm cautious. I totally understand. Shiku, you're going to be living in Oregon. Okay. So Oregon, you don't need your social security number to get married in Oregon. Shiku, when you get to Oregon, get married. You don't need your social security number to get married in Oregon. But if you want to get it beforehand, you can. Francois, you're funny, Diego. You ought to be on a comedy tour. Mm-hmm. If I went on a comedy tour, I wouldn't be doing this. Then you guys would be missing what's going on here, right? Then you'd be screaming, "Where's Diego?" Larry Piercy, Border Patrol equals I-94. That's right. Border Patrol prints and creates Form I-94 for foreign nationals, not for American citizens. So you can spend all day, Larry, looking. No, Border Patrol doesn't equal I-94. The Border Patrol creates Form I-94 for foreign nationals, extranjeros, entering the United States. Karina entered the United States in Miami on January the 3rd, 2024. The Border Patrol created an I-94 number for Karina. It's good for 90 days. It expired on April 8th of 2024. We're now close to freaking June. It's right here. Her I-94 is right here. Okay. We're going to show it to everybody. So Karina got her I-94. I printed it for her. Okay. I printed her I-94 and we included it in the green card application. All right. Let me see here. Francois, just chill out, Francois. Just relax. You're good. Larry Piercy, the Border Patrol issues I-94s for foreign nationals. Denise Jefferson, social security numbers of both applicants. Unless an applicant doesn't have a social security number, names and birthplaces of the parents of both applicants, including mother's maiden name, valid picture ID such as a passport, birth certificate, driver's license, or state ID. That is the rule. There you go. There you go. Social security numbers of both applicants, and then you said unless, okay? an applicant doesn't have a social security number. So if you don't have a social security number, according to Denise, you can still get married in Utah without it. But you got to bring all that real ID stuff with you also. But when I read it, it said you got to have a social security number from both applicants. So there's probably a different answer to everything. But my advice is this. My advice is this. In these 12 states, you got to have a social security number to get married according to the rules. Get the social security number. They don't say it. Okay? They don't make that statement for no reason. But that's a good rule. That's good posting there, Denise. Thank you. Osias, Larry, you get your I-94 when the police of the border patrol there in USA process it and put it in your passport. If they don't put it in your passport, you will get it in the web online page. That's correct. But you got to have the printout from the Border Patrol website to get the green card. The one that's in the little card in the passport isn't sufficient. You got to have the printout from the Border Patrol website. Osias, listen to me. Osias, Diego, we have the best meat in the world. Yeah, Argentinian beef is fantastic, the best in the world. We should go together to Argentina restaurant in Utah. That is amazing. Empanadas. Asado. Asado is carne, right? Yeah, that sounds great, Osias. But first we want to get you to America. Paya Paya, India. I have Indian driving license. It's valid here or not? Not if you're on a green card application. If you are in America as a tourist, Paya Paya, India. You're in America as a tourist, you can drive on your Indian driver's license. And you get international driving insurance, right? If you are waiting for a green card, you got to get U.S. driving insurance. And how do you get that? You got to have a U.S. driver's license. And how do you get that? You got to have a green card. In Florida, you do. In Florida, you got to have a green card and a social security number to get a driver's license. Karina, I think Karina's ready to take her driver's test. I've been teaching her to drive for ¿cuánto tiempo? For 3 months, I've been teaching Karina how to drive a car. She learns quick. She's smart. She's ready for her test, but she can't take it because she doesn't have her green card yet. So we're just waiting for her green card, and then we're going to get her down to the driver's license place and get her tested. Let me see. Paya Paya, India. Do not drive. Please don't drive on your Indian driver's license in America in a green card application. Don't do it. Big Mitch. Big Mitch. Look at that. Super chat. Big Mitch. Okay, now Big Mitch said success in Brazil. She got her visa last week in no small part to your assistance. Thank you, Diego. Big Mitch. Thank you for watching the channel because you learned everything you needed to learn to do this process. You didn't have to pay anybody $4,000 or $5,000 to do this. You just got to hang out with us on the channel. You learned the process from the channel, and you took all the knowledge from my head. I data dumped it into you, and now you did it for free. Mountain Dew salute, Big Mitch, and congratulations, okay? That's a fantastic accomplishment. And let's see here. I'm looking here. I'm going to make sure. Don't Paya Paya, India. Do not drive in America on your Indian driver's license while you're waiting for a green card. When I was in Bogota, Colombia, I can drive in Bogota, Colombia on my Florida driver's license with a tourist visa. But when I got my residency visa, temporary residency visa for 12 months, I was told I couldn't drive unless I got a Colombian driver's license. The same applies in America. If you're in America as a tourist, you can drive on your foreign driver's license with international car insurance. If you are waiting for your green card, you are no longer a tourist. You are in the process of becoming a legal permanent resident. Don't drive until you get your driver's license, please. I'm trying to save you a big headache with immigration and the police. Let's suppose you get pulled over by some, deputy sheriff. You're going 2 miles over the speed limit. He's trying to make his quota, and he writes you a ticket. Immigration's going to hear about it. Immigration's going to they're going to get to hear about it. It's not a big deal, but it is a big deal. Wait till you get your green card. How do I get a Florida driver's license? First, you get your green card. Then you get your Social Security number and your green card, and then you go online and you take a 4-hour class on drug and alcohol prevention. So don't drink and drive. Once you've completed the 4-hour class, you print that you've took the 4-hour class on how not to drink and drive, and then you go to the driver's license office and you take a sign test. It's like 100 questions, I think, on the signs and road signs of Florida, of the United States. If you pass that, then you take a driving test. If you pass that, then you get a driver's license. But in order to get to that, you got to have a green card in Florida. Josias, Diego, if you come to Utah, well, we're going to come to Utah. Now, Denise Jefferson said it's boring. I've only been to Utah, I think, at the Four Corners. I was at the Four Corners. I was in New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, and another state. I can't remember. What's the Four Corners? There's 4, Arizona. So I stood in 4 states at the same time. Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and I did the Four Corners thing. That's the only place I've been in Utah. So I don't know if it's boring or not, but I believe Denise Jefferson when she says it's boring. But I got to at least bring Karina there so she can be bored and say, well, I've been here. She can check it off her bucket list. Let me see here. We can have a barbecue in Utah with Osias. There's a lot of things to do in Utah, probably top 3 most beautiful states in America. I've never been there other than the Four Corners. Just Lenny. Hi, Diego. Hello, Diego. Do you recommend including pictures sent with the K-1 visa? Yes, you got to send pictures with your K-1 visa application. 30, 40, 50 pictures of your relationship. I dated Karina for over a year when I sent him the K-1 visa application, and we've been together over 3 years when we sent in the green card application. We got a stack of pictures like this. Josias, Diego, I always wondered how much time is it going to need to go back to Argentina to visit my family. Could be, for example, 1 year. No. Here's the deal. Josias, first you got to get to America. Okay? Put in your mind you're going to be in America and you're going to be living in America. All right? If you're already missing your family, you haven't even left Argentina yet. You got to shake that out of your head. Because when you get to America, my recommendation is you don't travel anywhere until you at least get your 2-year green card. And even then, I don't recommend traveling anywhere until you get your 10-year green card. Honestly, I don't recommend it. Seriously. Get to America, get your 2-year green card, get your 10-year green card, then travel somewhere. You don't want to mess up becoming a U.S. citizen. If you get to America and you're making all these trips back and forth to Argentina, when you go in front of the immigration officer for U.S. citizenship, they're going to ask you, have you left the United States or have you lived there continuously? Well, no, I went back to Argentina like 3 times. I miss grandma. Is it going to hurt you becoming a citizen? Probably not. But does it send up a red flag for further investigation? Possibly. When you come to America, the immigration people want you to live in America. They don't want you bouncing back and forth between your foreign country. I don't care what country it is. Karina is from Venezuela, but her family's in Venezuela. Her mom's in Venezuela. Her brothers live in Colombia and Uruguay and Brazil. Her family's all over South America because they got out of Venezuela, because of that dictator Maduro. But hopefully in July, when they have elections in Venezuela, they get a new president. But who knows? But Karina's here to create a life in America. She wants to become American. She's got her American hat on. She's learning English. She's good. She's going to become an American. Her mind isn't, well, I got to go back to Venezuela. No. Her mind is, we're going to bring mom here. We're not going back there. We're going to bring mom here. Let's see. Hello, Diego. Do you recommend pictures for the K1 visa application? Yes. Josias, don't worry. Just focus on getting here. Estelle Lemogom, they sent me an NOID for my K1 petition. I need to know why. Why did they send that? Did you not include enough information? If you don't file a strong K1 visa package, if you don't sign the paperwork, if you don't include any pictures of your relationship, if you don't include boarding passes of your trips, if you don't include receipts of going to visit your beneficiary, if you submit a K1 visa package that's got nothing in it, hardly anything in it, you're going to get an NOID, a notice of intent to denial. If you don't qualify for the K1 visa, you're going to get a notice of intent to denial. When you get the letter, they're going to tell you what you need to do to fix that. Let me know when you get the letter what it is they told you, and I will help you fix it. But right now, I don't know what the problem is. I just know that they're sending you the letter, but let me help you fix it, and I will help you fix it if I can. Okay? I'll help you fix it. A notice of intent means you didn't submit a strong K1 visa package. There's something wrong with it. Josias, and also another thing. Okay, Colombo, one more question. I would want my family to visit me in America with a tourist visa. Sure, you can do that. Me being there in America makes the application of the tourist visa even stronger and would help a lot for my family. Yeah, you got it. You can submit a B2. You can help your family with a B2 visa, tourist visa. Okay, no problem. Anuki Solomon, greetings, Diego. My fiance filed a K1 visa for me. They just denied our petition. What do we do? Why did they deny your petition? What's the reason? Anuki, your fiance filed a K1 visa for you. Okay, great. Where did they deny it? At the USCIS or at the embassy? Where was it denied? They just denied our petition. What was the problem? What did they say in the letter? That if you didn't qualify for the benefit, what did you have to do to get qualified? That's you got to tell me the reason so I can help fix it. What do? Number one, tell me why they denied it. Once I know the reason, then I can answer the next part of your question. Gisleni, in California, can I apply for a driver's license when I get the NOA after submitting adjustment of status? In California, no, I don't know. California, okay, is a different place. It's a different place on the planet, okay? It's not part of our republic anymore. Really, it isn't. It's a world of its own. Governor Newsom is a full-blown Marxist commie, and I got no idea how California works. I think they get driver's licenses in their cereal boxes in California. You know, I don't know. I would say contact the DMV. Heather Graham, my fiance is between jobs. That's fine. He had to move from his address. That was our I-29 application form. Mailing address is the same. Let me see here. Let me read that again. Heather Graham, my fiance is between jobs. That's no problem. He had to move from his address that he was on our I-129 application form. That's no problem. Who do we notify? Mailing address is the same. Application just arrived to the embassy. What you do is now you're going to wait until you get to America and you file for the green card and you update the address when you file for the green card. When you fill out Form I-485, you're going to update the address on the 485. Right now, it's irrelevant. If your fiance moved, if I moved when I was in the middle of the K1 visa with Karina, I would have updated it on the I-134. If you're already at the embassy level, you're going to wait until you get to America and then you update it on the 485. Got it? Heather, do you got it? Right now, just relax. If your application is at the embassy, then your petitioner, when he fills out the I-134, needs to update his address on the I-134. That's the answer to that. That's the answer. Update it on the I-134 Declaration of Financial Support, okay? Francois Livingston, I realize the police report isn't required for the green card. That's correct. But I don't think he has a paper copy. I was asking if he doesn't, is it okay to send the certificate back? Yes. He's got to have the original. Francois, DHL it to him. He must have the original police certificate or else he's going to go into a 221G administrative hold while they wait for the original. Francois, I fly to the United Arab Emirates as we get close to the interview. Okay, then hold on to the police certificate and bring it with you when you fly to the UAE, so you don't have to waste money on a courier. Francois, you got it? Bring it with you with your I-134 and your other documents when you fly to the UAE. April Flower, hello, Diego. Hello, April Flower, Diego and Karina. What's going on? Went to administrative processing. How long will it take? It's been a week. It could take 2 to 3 months. April Flower, if I remember, your future husband is from Iraq, right? He's from Iraq, but he's in where? UAE? He's in another place. It could take a month or two. It all depends on what they got to check. Okay? Just be patient. You haven't got denied. You just got to have to wait it out. Because Iraqi citizens, Syrian citizens, Iranian citizens, Russians, sometimes, not very often, they go through extra security checks. Let's see here. But Big Mitch, that's a heck of a super chat right there. We appreciate you, man. KJB, Diego, you jumped my question. All right, Karina just correct. Karina's administratively fixing me. KJB, hey Diego, is it common to wait for a passport return for almost 2 weeks? And I responded to your question and I asked you what country. What country? KJB, what country is the passport sitting in? If it's in Bogota, Colombia, it takes 4, 5, 6 days. If it's in some other place, it could take longer. It depends. I just need to know what country, KGB. Where is the passport? Tell me the answer to that, and I'll be able to answer your question. Big Mitch, I'll need your help with the green card next. No problem, Big Mitch. Listen up, Big Mitch. We're going to get you. We got you through the K1. Now we're going to get you to the green card. Okay? But remember, the green card's only good for 2 years. 2 years. Sierra Leone. Okay, KGB, Sierra Leone. Where's that? West coast of Africa. Isn't that Africa, right? Sometimes it could take 2 to 3 weeks to get a passport back. What I would do is send an email to the embassy in Sierra Leone and check in. You don't want to not make communication with the embassy. You must keep continual communication. Send them an email and ask them. Denise Jefferson to Big Mitch, Mountain Dew salute. I agree with you, Diego. We'll get you to the finish line if you follow his roadmap. Denise is always posting rights. She's always posting stuff that's correct. And salute to Mountain Dew salute for Big Mitch and Denise Jefferson. Big Mitch, she did not have to translate her Brazilian documents. No. The embassy staff in Rio de Janeiro speak Portuguese and they speak English. The immigration staff in Bogota, Colombia speak Spanish. They speak English. The immigration staff in Dominican Republic speak English and they speak Spanish. In those 3 countries, you don't have to translate documents. Portuguese is Brazil. All right, so Karina's brother and his wife and kids moved to Brazil. Now the kids are in school in Brazil. They're fluent in Spanish. Now they're getting fluent in Brazilian, in Portuguese. And then we do a live stream. They want me to speak to them in Portuguese. I'm like, guys, do you know how long it took me to learn Spanish? And now you want me to talk Portuguese? Talk to me in Spanish. Let me see here. Big Mitch, thank you, everybody. There you go, Big Mitch. And Big Mitch in Brazil, your marriage divorce certificate acts as their birth certificate. I didn't know that, but it won't work for the consulate. Well, there you go. My fiance said many people received a 221G because of their birth certificate. Yeah, every country's got their own little rules, and every ambassador runs their embassies their own way. That's interesting. Shiku, Diego, my state is Oregon. How to get a social security number? You can either apply when you apply for your green card on the form 485 on page 2, or you can go to the Social Security Administration office with your I-94, your passport, and your K-1 visa and apply there. On this form right here, okay, Shiku, on the form 485, if you want to get your social security number, okay, I'll find the form for you. I'll show you. I'll get it to you. When you get to America, this is form 485. Okay, this is what you're going to fill out to apply for your green card. It's 20 pages long. You turn over, once you filled out page 1, you turn over the page and you go to page 2. On page 2, right up here, this is where you can apply for your social security number for you. Then you are going to fill out another 485 for your daughter. You're going to go to page 2 and you're going to ask the Social Security, the Homeland Security right here to apply for a social security number for your daughter. When you get to America, you got to apply for 2 green cards. One for you and one for your daughter. You got it? That's where on page 2, that's where you can do it. KJB, Sierra Leone, there's a 2 to 3 week wait, but you got to email the embassy, check in with them for the status. Josias, Diego, thank you so much for always answering everything and helping and every single question, topic, whenever we ask, it couldn't be better. I hope being there 2 weeks, Mountain Dew, salute. Josias, when you get to the airport in the United States, don't buy a Mountain Dew at the airport. Don't do it. It's going to cost you $5 freaking. When you leave the airport, go find you with your American citizen sponsor. Go find you a supermarket, a Walmart or Publix or whatever, and go buy you a case of Mountain Dew. One case of Mountain Dew is going to cost you about, $5. But if you buy a Mountain Dew at the airport, you're gonna spend $5 for a Mountain Dew that's this big. Rohit, both looking cute. Well, thanks, Rohit. Chris and Amo, Larry, did you disappear to the steakhouse tonight? I don't know where Larry is. Josias, good night, Diego. See you Wednesday. Wednesday for host today. What day is it today? Monday. So Wednesday we'll be back. Rohit, please help in updating us always with videos and live stream. It helps us a lot. Thanks a lot to you both. Rohit, that's no problem. Francois, one last thing before you sign off for the night. I'll chat for a bit longer. Refresh my memory, please. My assignment from you is to check in with the NVC, even though we were approved a week ago. Correct. Yes. That extends your NOA2 letter. You check in with the NVC. Hey guys, I'm checking in. Thank you so much for everything that you did, NVC. Thank you, Consular Officer, for all the hard work. We appreciate you. In the subject line, put the NOA2 number, NOA2 receipt number. Send the email to the NVC in an inquiry. Print the email, and your NOA2 letter gets extended. Boom. You got it, Francois. Anuke Solomon. Hey, okay, Diego, let me explain better. Our petition was denied at the USCIS. They said we didn't provide enough evidence to show that our relationship is bona fide, and they gave us an option for appeal. If you don't put together a strong K-1 visa package, if you don't put pictures, if you don't put boarding passes, receipts, dinner dates, gifts, if you put together a crappy K-1 visa application, you're going to get an NOID, notice of intent to deny. You can't do that. Listen, Anuke, watch my videos on how to process a K-1 visa. Watch my videos. They say they're going to give you an option for an appeal. And you make sure you appeal it. But make sure you get all the evidence together ready to send to them, because that's what they're looking for. They want us. You don't. When you apply for a K1 visa, you don't just send in your I-129F and your passport, your birth certificate, and a signature on the I-129F and say, I want a K1 visa. It don't work that way. You got to have a package like this thick of stuff. 3 or 4 albums of stuff, of evidence of your relationship. We dated over a year. I submitted over 1,000 WhatsApp chats. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 12 months worth of WhatsApp chats, 1,000. Did I need to send 1,000? No. I probably could have got away with only 200 or 300, but I wasn't taking a chance. So I'll help you. Okay. We waited for 16 months and USCIS denied our petition, and there is an option for an appeal. You appeal it, but you got to have all the evidence of your relationship. If you appeal it, immigration's going to say, no problem. You can appeal it. We'll look at it. We'll relook at it. But they're going to send you a letter saying, where's your evidence of your relationship? Do you have a 50, 60 pictures together with friends and family together over the day? How long did you guys date each other? For a year, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, 11 months? How many trips did your sponsor come? How many trips did he take to come see you? 2, 3 times? You waited 16 months to be told that that you're being denied because you don't have any evidence. Watch my videos on how to process a K1 visa. Then you'll know how to do this. Appeal it, yes, but you got to have all the evidence. If you appeal it, immigration's going to say, okay, no problem. But where's all the evidence of your relationship? Do you have it? Because they're going to want to see it. That will save you. If you have all this evidence of your relationship, they will reopen your case and they'll approve your K1 visa. If you don't have any evidence, if you don't have any boarding passes, pictures, photos, receipts, dinner dates, nothing, you ain't going to get it. Chico, Sierra Leone, show issues, you go pick it up. There you go. KJB, thank you. You're welcome. Easy E, I'm off to work now. Thank you, always Diego. Easy E, chill out. See ya. Enjoy your work day. KJB to Chico, do you still have to go just on Thursday, or can you go any day within working week? That's a good question. Anuke Solomon. What did you put what was in your K1 visa application? What evidence of your relationship was in the K1 visa application? Apparently nothing. Big Mitch, I think you have 21 days to file an appeal. It doesn't matter. You can file an appeal within 21 days, but you got to provide evidence of the relationship. Hosias, I will eager to see that video of work permit. Okay, I'll make a video right here. I'm going to pull out the work permit paperwork. Okay. For you, Osiris, I'm going to make that video for you, okay? It's going to be the best video on YouTube on how to fill out paperwork for a work permit. Shiku, Diego, telling about the port of entry, especially when you said I should join the citizenship line, I don't understand that. If you were with your American citizen sponsor, he would take you through the U.S. citizenship line. So just pretend he's with you or she's with you. It applies both ways, right? That's how you do it. You got to relax. You got to trust me. I got you this far, right? Didn't we get you this far in this process? Now listen to me for the final part. You get in the U.S. citizenship line and you tell the Border Patrol officer you are here for a K1 visa interview at the Border Patrol. That's how it works. You cannot get in the green card line. You don't have a green card. You don't have a green card. How are you going to get in the green card line? You don't have one. You got a K1 visa. So you get in the U.S. citizenship line. Josias, gracias por todo, Diego. El mejor como Javier Milei. Javier Milei, número 1 presidente en Sudamérica. Panamá, número 2. Okay. And El Salvador, número 3. Huh? Karina likes the president of El Salvador. She likes him the best. He's hardcore. He's hardcore conservative. He don't put up with any crap. And UK Solomon, should we just get married? You can get married if you want and file a spousal visa, but do you have any evidence of your relationship? A marriage certificate isn't evidence of your relationship. You gotta have a year or two's worth of evidence of your relationship. I dated Karina over a year. I lived with her for 5 months, and I made 5 trips to Colombia. Okay, I didn't want to be apart from her, so we lived in Bogota for 2.5 years. My friend took care of our house. Michael, he took care of the house, cut the yard, did everything. He had the key to the house. I paid the bills automatically. And when my visa ran out in Colombia, I came back home. Then I waited. And then I went back and started a new visa. And Josias is con mucho gusto. Josias, con mucho gusto. Shiku, Diego telling me about the port of entry. Go on the U.S. citizenship line. You don't have a green card. Francois, Anuki Solomon, I included 7 letters from friends too, plus texts and chats and video chats and phone logs. Frank Washington, how long did it take to get the embassy letter? Why are the instruction letters so important? It took 11 days. Frank Washington, when I got the ready status, it took 11 days from the ready status to the packet 3, packet 4 email from the embassy in Bogota, which gave me permission to commence the process to pay for the visa and schedule the interview. Denise Jefferson, Diego, still waiting for bio letter, you mean biometrics letter? You should have got it by now. Do you think that the fact that we live near a site in Utah will speed things up for the next step? Doesn't matter where you live, this process doesn't speed up. Does USCIS consider the app for work permit before the biometrics? You have to go to biometrics before you get the work permit. You can't get a work permit without biometrics. You can't get a green card without biometrics. So you apply for the green card. Denise, you apply for the green card. Did they cash the check? Did they send you notification, right? They sent you a text message with a receipt number and then an I-797 saying they received your green card application. Now you got to wait for the biometrics appointment. You got to wait for it. You won't get a work permit. You won't get a green card without biometrics. As soon as Karina had her biometrics, which was when? March 22nd? In New Orleans, they started working on her work permit, and she's going to get it tomorrow. And Anuki Solomon, do not get married unless you got evidence of your relationship. Otherwise, you're going to file for a spousal visa, and you're going to get denied again because you got no evidence. A marriage certificate isn't sufficient evidence for a relationship. Francois is talking to Anuki. Good information. Denise Jefferson still waiting for the biometrics letter. You can't do anything without the biometrics. You got to get the biometrics done, Denise. Kenneth has got to go to his biometrics. When the biometrics is completed, that second they're going to update the computer at USCIS, and then the work permit and the green card process will kick in. Chris and Emma, we miss Larry Piercy to get us going for the night. He is just funny. I don't know where Larry is. He's playing with his dog. I don't know. Abduladi Ebenjay. Please, what does MSC receipt number mean instead of IOE for work authorization? It's just a location where your work permit is getting processed. Don't worry about it. It just means the location. IOE is online. Okay? It's just at a different location. Relax, you're good. MSC and IOE are basically the same thing, except one is online and the other is manual process. Anuki, we have enough evidence, but the lawyer didn't send everything we gave her, claiming they don't want to see all that. So you hired an immigration attorney to process your K-1 visa, and your immigration attorney totally screwed it up for you and basically almost destroyed your life. I rest my case with immigration attorneys. I rest my case. I got nothing else to say. She came to visit me 3 times and had a lot of evidence. Your immigration attorney is advising us to get married. No, that's bad. That's bad because the appeal takes so much longer. We have been dating for 3 years. Your immigration attorney screwed up your entire paperwork, your entire K-1 visa package. Your immigration attorney, that person needs to give you back all your money, and you could probably sue him for incompetence. Okay? Your lawyer said they don't want to see everything that you provided as evidence, and now you got an NOID, notice of intent for denial, and now your immigration attorney's trying to suck more money out of you by telling you to get married so she or he can process you a spousal visa? No. What you need to do is you need to write a letter to USCIS at the service center with all the evidence that your incompetent immigration attorney didn't include in your K-1 visa package, and explain what happened. Okay? And you tell your immigration attorney, from me to pack sand, okay, do not give her another penny of your money or him. Okay? Your immigration attorney is a freaking joke. Okay? That person has created a massive problem for you legally with immigration because they're incompetent. What you need to do is wait for the NOID letter. The NOID letter is going to come in, and they're going to ask you for evidence of your relationship. All that stuff that your immigration attorney failed to include in your K-1 visa package, you need to send it to USCIS with a letter saying, please do not close my case. We have provide all this evidence of your 3 years together. And you tell your immigration attorney to go take a freaking long walk off a short pier. Don't give that person any more money. And don't get married. First, you got to fix the K-1. Okay? And you tell that immigration attorney, ciao, hasta luego. Listen to me. You got to listen to me. Anuki. If you listen to me, I'm going to save you from this big error. And it's not going to cost you 1 penny. Okay? You got it? Do you hear what I said? Anuki, when you get the NOID letter, you respond right away with all the evidence that was not included by your immigration attorney, and you ask them to open the case, reopen the case. I'm sorry, we forgot to include all this evidence of our relationship. Immigration are not going to want to hurt you. They don't want to hurt you. They will more than likely reopen the case and continue processing. But you got to prove it with all this evidence. Okay? Shame on your immigration attorney. Shame on that person for destroying your life so quickly like that. My opinion. Priyanka. Hello, Diego and Karina. My I-485 status says 4 months. How accurate is it? It's accurate. Francois. Oh, Anuki Solomon. Fire your attorney and stick with Diego. Francois, listen to Francois. Karina, in this channel, lawyers are like piranhas. They're piranhas. They're like pescados that come carne. Okay? Get rid of that incompetent, useless individual who took a lot of money from you and now it wants to take more money from you to fix her screw up. If you listen to me, I'm going to fix it. And you don't have to do anything except listen. It's not going to cost you any money. But you got to tell that immigration attorney, okay, to go where the sun don't shine. Francois, and you need to tell immigration, you need to do 2 things when you get that NOID letter, notice of intent to denial. Number 1, you're going to respond to it with all this evidence, with a letter from you, with all this evidence of your relationship. Number 1. Number 2, you are going to write a letter to immigration and say, this person, this immigration attorney at this address and this phone number is no longer representing me. This person has been terminated from my employer. You got it. 2 letters. The first one, and you're going to include both these letters in your response to the notice of intent to denial. You guys have been dating for 3 years, and your immigration attorney didn't include all the evidence of your relationship? Man, I wish I could have 2 minutes with that individual, face to face. And no, you don't get married, Anuki, because then your immigration attorney is going to say, hey, if you pay me $3,000, I'll do the spousal visa paperwork for you. No, tell her to kiss your butt. Seriously. Listen to me. I don't like to be harsh. I don't like to be, but I got to be strong. I got to be forte. I got to be. If you listen to me, I'm going to save you money and I'm going to get you the visa. Francois is correct. Ajali, Diego, I emailed the NVC because I'm having difficulty scheduling my interview. I told you to do that. Will that extend my NOA2? Yes. Ajali, your NOA2 letter will get extended by the virtue of your communication with NVC. Big Mitch is talking to Anarchy Solomon. If you have pictures, emails, chat logs, send it with the appeal. That's right. Heather Graham, thank you both for all your time and assistance. Your help and advice is invaluable. Big Mitch did my K1 with no lawyer, just Diego, and a few other videos from YouTube, but Diego is the best resource. Well, thank you, Big Mitch, and thank you again for that fantastic super chat. Francois Anuki Solomon, my fiance and I have been on this K1 visa journey. We got an RFE. Diego helped us a great deal, and within a few weeks after sending everything that I had explained to Francois, she got approved. We have been at this for 2 years. Don't give up. Anunnaki, if you listen to me, pay attention, listen to me. When you get that notice of intent for denial, you get on the channel, you get right here on the channel, and you tell me, and I will talk you step by step how to fix this screw up by your immigration attorney, and we will get you an NOA2 letter. You got it? Do you understand? Let me see. Francois, Big Mitch, you can't send too much evidence. Overload them. Overload them with evidence. Francois, Big Mitch, I had 20 pounds of documents to USCIS. 20 pounds of documents. Denise Jefferson gets the last word before we sign off. Denise Jefferson to Anuki. I personally know a couple who married 2 years ago, had a baby, and their I-130 is still pending with no issues. K1 all the way. Denise Jefferson, that's a fantastic post. You get the last word. And Anuki Solomon, I'll be back on Wednesday. When you get that notice of intent denial letter, open it up, and I will help you get it from NOID to approval. And that's it. And okay, we got a question here from Binay Mohammed. Hello, Diego and Karina. My case is in additional administrative processing since March of 2024. You're from Iraq. I remember I had my interview in Qatar. It's been more than 2 months, and I'm very concerned. How long do you think it will take? It could take 2 or 3 months, okay? Binay Mohammed. We love our peoples, and we love our friends from Iraq, Syria, Iran. It's the people. We love you guys. The problem is the governments of these countries. The government of Iran, the people of Iran just had a big party because their president got killed in a helicopter crash. So the Iranian people had a big party because they're glad that dictator's gone. Karina was like, man, maybe Maduro in Venezuela could be flying in those same kind of helicopters. Okay, no, she said, oh, no. She's got family in Venezuela. You live in Iraq, okay? It's a politically unstable country. The U.S. government is doing further investigation of you. It's nothing personal, but it's because of the government that you lived under. Give it time, okay? I helped a lady from Iran. You're an English teacher, never worked for the government. You never served in the military. Right, we know that. I remember. You never served in the Iraqi military. You never worked for the government. You never did any of those things. You're good. Just give it time and you'll get your visa, okay? Be patient. Hang out with us. Anuki Solomon, the lawyer doesn't know her job. She took $3,000 from us. You sue that incompetent lawyer you file a federal lawsuit against her, or file a civil lawsuit against her for $5,000, $3,000 to recover your money, and $2,000 for pain and suffering. See you guys on Wednesday. And it's Anuki Solomon. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. And let's see. My EAD hasn't been updated online. If I did my biometrics 2 weeks ago, it takes 3 months to get a work permit. See you guys Wednesday.